Hey guys, welcome to another NetFindz product review, sharing my experience with products I've tried so you're well informed before you buy. Full disclosure, the items I review are sent to me at no cost as review samples. There are also going to be affiliate links down in the description where you can purchase these if you want to, and if you do, the channel will receive some support from your purchase, so please check those out if you want to pick this one up. That aside, guys, I'm always going to give you my full and unbiased opinion on all items I review. If it sucks, I'm going to let you know. If it's amazing, I'm going to let you know that as well. So let's hop into it, guys. Today we're taking a look at the MC100 mobile gaming controller for iPhone or Android. This item is currently available on Amazon at $49.99, and it is basically a Bluetooth gamepad controller which has a spring-loaded extending clip to hold your phone in place. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this item's quality, performance, and value. Let's do a short unboxing and you can see what we've got. So we have the controller itself along with a few little accessories, namely some grips for thumbsticks and some stickers, instructions, and a charging cable, along with a little baggie that is large enough to store the controller with a phone installed into the clip. I rated this item a 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't feel like it was quite up to a 5 out of 5 star experience, but mainly just because the first time I paired with it and tried playing some games, I did have an issue in the very first game that I played where only half the gamepad was working. But interestingly enough, after repairing and restarting the game, the controller was fully working, and I have not had that issue since in another game, and I've been playing it quite a bit. So since repairing, it's worked perfectly for me. So no real complaints, just that one little issue. Okay, so what can you do with this controller? Well, a lot really. For one thing, you can download apps from the Google Play or Amazon App Store. For example, I'm going to download and play a game called Asphalt 8. Link to the game on the Amazon App Store in the description below. And this game worked right away and recognized the controller. I found overall that the gameplay was good, the controller was responsive, and worked as expected without any quirks, so that was nice. I also tried it in Devil May Cry from the Google Play Store, and that's the one where I had that issue when I first tried pairing. But since then, ultimately, it did work, and it's worked as expected. Hasn't had any issues in that game either. So yeah, you can totally download and play games from the App Store with this controller. But the really awesome thing about controllers like this, and this one in particular, is not App Store games. It's that in addition to being able to download those games, you can also do something else which represents a huge value to a lot of people, which is that you can download emulators. There are applications that allow you to play other consoles on your phone. For example, there are apps like MelonDS and Mupen64Fz, which you can also download those two on the like the Google Play Store or whatever your phone's app store is. And those will allow you to play older consoles like the Nintendo DS and Nintendo 64 on your phone. And then what you do is you get ROM files for old games, and essentially it's like having the console on your phone, and I can confirm this works perfectly well. And there are emulators available for all different consoles out there: PlayStation 1, 2, Dreamcast, GameCube, Wii, you name it, it's out there. Up until more modern consoles, like I wasn't able to find an emulator for PlayStation 3, but prior to that, they're all out there. The one disclaimer I have here is that, of course, you need to make sure you comply with all copyright and anti-pirating laws while you enjoy the device for those purposes. But as long as you do, you can totally play all your old favorite console games on your phone. I have been particularly fond of Final Fantasy XII, which seems to work really well in emulation. So let's talk a little bit more about the controller itself. Button feel on this controller is pretty good. They all offer positive feedback. The top buttons R and L have a nice little tactile click, and it's the same with Start, Select, Turbo, and Home, and when you're pressing in the thumbsticks. A, X, Y, and B and the D-pad are a bit softer, but they still provide some tactile feel when pushed in, and you can tell when you've clicked them in just by feel. Thumbsticks return to center nicely after being used. The controller is wireless and recharges via USB-C. The charge seems to last pretty well. It says 6 hours of gaming off of a charge for 2 hours, which seems pretty good to me. In my testing, I actually have not had the battery run out, and I've played for a few hours at a time. I've never pushed it to that 6 hours as of yet. So no complaints here, especially with all the RGB around the buttons on this thing. Yeah, I would say considering that, battery life seems pretty good. The turbo button on it is simple to use. You just press it and then you press the button that you want to be in turbo mode, and then when you hold that button down, the controller will act as if it's being pressed repeatedly quickly. So I can confirm that works well. Also, this controller does have haptic feedback, so you do get vibrations in certain games when like an enemy hits you or whatever. The controller will shake. Also, I'm going to have a link down in the description below for another YouTuber who covers more in depth how you can emulate games legally, so check that out. Yeah, overall this thing is a great value. Totally awesome to be able to use it to play App Store games and older console emulated games. If you don't have one of these and you're interested, definitely check it out. So that is going to wrap up this video, guys. If you appreciated the content, feel free to leave me a like, write a comment, or subscribe to my channel. All of that is definitely appreciated. And remember, if you want to pick this one up, definitely consider using the link down in the description below, as that will be a great way to help support us as well. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, and this has been another NetFindz product review.